Welcome to the English Phrases Hub podcast, where you learn real, useful English, one phrase at a time. Hello there, and welcome to the English Phrases Hub podcast, where you learn real, useful English, one phrase at a time. My name is Emma, and today I'm here with my good friend, Jake.
Hey everyone, I'm so happy to be here with you. Thanks, Emma. It's great to join the podcast today.
Jake and I love helping people learn English. And in this episode, we're going to talk about something really important: how to speak English fluently.
That's right, this is one of the biggest goals for English learners around the world, and we're here to help you understand what fluency really means and how you can reach it.
But first, we want you to know you're doing great. Learning a new language is not easy, and we're proud of you just for listening today.
Absolutely. Sometimes you may feel slow or nervous or even frustrated, but don't give up. Every small step counts. And even listening to this podcast means you're already improving.
Fluency doesn't mean speaking perfectly. It means speaking comfortably, with confidence. It means being able to express your ideas without fear.
Yes, and the good news is you don't need years of study to sound fluent. You just need the right habits, a little bit of practice every day, and the courage to speak.
In this episode, we'll give you simple tips that really work. You'll hear examples, phrases, and you'll even get to practice speaking with us.
We'll speak slowly and clearly so you can follow every word. You can pause and repeat anytime and practice with us like a real conversation.
So take a deep breath, relax, and get ready to learn. This is your time, your journey, and we're right here with you.
Let's do this together. Let's
get started.
All right, let's begin with our first tip. It's simple, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do. Practice speaking every day.
Yes, even just 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. You don't need a classroom. You don't need a partner. You just need your voice.
Try this. In the morning, talk to yourself in English. You can say what you're doing. Like this: I'm brushing my teeth, I'm making coffee, I'm getting ready for work.
Exactly. You can describe your actions, your thoughts, your plans. It may feel strange at first, but trust us, it works.
Here's another idea. Look at something in your room and try to say its name in English. Then say a sentence. For example, this is my chair. I sit here when I study.
The goal is to make English part of your daily life. Don't wait for the perfect time to speak. Use the time you have, right now, even if it's just in your mind or alone in your room.
Don't worry about mistakes. It's okay to make them. In fact, it's good to make mistakes because that's how we learn.
Yes, fluent speakers make mistakes too, but they keep talking. That's the secret. Keep talking.
So here's your challenge. Today, just speak. Speak something, anything in English.
It can be short. It can be simple. But do it out loud. Your brain learns faster when your mouth is moving.
All right, that's tip 1. Practice speaking English every day. Even a little every day adds up to big progress. All right, let's move on to our second tip, and this one is something I personally love. It's called shadowing. Have you heard of it?
Shadowing is a great technique. It means listening to someone speak English and then repeating what they say at the same time or right after them.
Yes. You're like their shadow. That's where the name comes from. You copy how they speak, their pronunciation, their tone, their speed, and even their rhythm.
It's not about just reading the words. It's about sounding like the speaker. And this really helps you train your mouth and your brain to speak more naturally.
Exactly. And here's the great news. You don't need a teacher or a classroom. You can do shadowing with YouTube videos, movies, podcasts, or even this podcast right here.
For example, you can take a sentence from this episode, pause after I speak, and repeat it out loud. Just like this: I'm learning English every day. Now you try. Say it with us.
I'm learning English every day.
That's great. Even short sentences like that help build your fluency over time.
And here's a tip. When you shadow, don't worry too much about understanding every single word. The goal is to copy the sound and build your speaking confidence.
You can do this while walking, cooking, or even relaxing. Just put on your headphones, find a short English clip, and repeat after the speaker.
Start with short clips, maybe 10 or 20 seconds. Then pause, repeat, and say it again and again until it feels natural.
So remember, tip 2 is shadow native speakers. It's like training at the gym, but for your English voice.
That's a fun way to put it. The more you shadow, the stronger your English becomes.
All right, let's talk about tip number 3. And this one can really change the way you learn English. Here it is. Learn full phrases, not just words.
Yes, this is so important. Many learners try to memorize long vocabulary lists, but they forget that words are like puzzle pieces. They make more sense when they're connected.
Exactly. Think about this. Instead of learning the word appointment, learn the whole phrase. I have an appointment at 3 p.m.
Or instead of just learning reservation, you can learn, I'd like to make a reservation, please.
When you learn phrases like that, you understand how words work together. It also helps you speak more naturally, just like a native speaker.
It's called learning in chunks. Chunks are groups of words that often go together. Like, can I help you? That sounds great. I'm not sure about that.
These phrases are real, everyday English. You'll hear them in conversations, in movies, and in real life.
And when you know full phrases, you don't have to stop and think about grammar rules all the time. You just speak naturally, confidently.
Let's try a few right now. You can repeat after me. How much does it cost?
How much does it cost?
Nice. Here's another. I'm looking for a place to stay.
I'm looking for a place to stay.
Great job. These are the kinds of phrases that help you speak faster with less hesitation.
So remember, don't just study words. Study the way words are used together.
That's tip 3. Learn full phrases, not just words. It makes learning faster, easier, and a lot more fun.
Let's move on to tip number 4, and this is so important. Don't be afraid to speak.
Yes, we've talked to so many learners, and one thing we hear again and again is, I understand English, but I'm afraid to speak it.
We understand that feeling. You might be thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if people don't understand me? What if I sound silly?
But here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a language. Even children learning their first language make mistakes. It's normal, and it's part of the learning process.
Let me tell you something important. You don't need to be perfect to be fluent. Fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being comfortable.
It's about being able to express yourself, to say what you want to say, even if it's not perfect grammar, even if your pronunciation isn't 100%. What matters is that people understand you and you feel confident when you speak.
So, how can you start? Well, the first step is to just speak. Even if you're alone, even if it's only a few sentences, try to say things out loud in English.
You can describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my hair. I'm walking to the shop. I'm making tea. Say it slowly. Repeat it. Let your mouth get used to English sounds.
Here's another simple idea. Read out loud. Pick an easy book, a blog, or even subtitles from your favorite show, and read the sentences aloud. It helps with your speaking flow and builds your confidence.
And if you want to take it a step further, try recording your voice. Yes, we know. It feels a little strange at first, but it helps. You can listen back, notice your progress, and feel more in control of your learning.
Also, remember this. Most people are kind. When you speak English with others, they won't laugh at you. They will usually smile, help you, and even say, wow, your English is really good.
Yes, don't let fear stop you from using your voice. Mistakes are not bad. They are signs of effort. They mean you're trying, and that's what truly matters.
Let's say this together, okay? It's okay to make mistakes. I will speak without fear. Say it with us. It's
It's
okay
okay
to
to
make
make mistakes.
mistakes.
I
I
will
will
speak
speak
without
without
fear.
fear. You are doing great. Your voice is important. And the more you speak, the stronger and more fluent you become.
So that's tip number 4. Don't be afraid to speak. Speak to yourself. Speak to others. Speak even when it's hard because your voice deserves to be heard. All right, we've arrived at tip number 5, and this one is a message from the heart. Be consistent and be patient.
Yes, learning English is not a race. It's not about doing everything in one day. It's about doing a little every single day.
Many learners ask us, how long will it take to speak fluently? But the truth is, everyone's journey is different. Some people learn quickly, others need more time, and that's okay.
The important thing is this. Don't stop. Even if you feel tired, even if you feel like your progress is slow, keep going because small progress is still progress.
Imagine this. You practice English for just 10 minutes every day. After 1 week, that's over an hour. After 1 month, that's 5 hours. And after a year, that's more than 60 hours of practice. It adds up.
Yes, and consistency builds confidence. When you show up every day, English becomes a natural part of your life, not something you study, but something you use.
So, how can you stay consistent? Here are some easy ideas. Listen to this podcast each morning. Learn one new phrase every day. Speak out loud while doing daily tasks. Write a short sentence in English before bed.
It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be long, just keep going. Even on the days when you don't feel like it, do something small.
And remember, be patient with yourself. Learning a language is like planting a seed. You won't see a flower right away, but if you water it every day, it will grow.
So if you're listening right now and you've been working hard, but you still feel stuck, please don't give up. You are learning, you are improving, and you are doing better than you think.
That's tip 5. Be consistent and patient. Keep showing up, keep speaking, and trust the process. Let's move on to tip number 6. And this one is a game changer. It's simple but very powerful. Think in English.
Yes, this tip can really help you become more fluent. Why? Because when you think in English, you're training your brain to use English automatically.
Many learners first think in their own language, then translate into English, and then speak. That takes time, and it can make you feel slow or unsure.
But when you start thinking in English, you remove that middle step. You go straight from your thoughts to your words.
Now, we're not saying you have to think in full, perfect English sentences all the time. No. Start small, really small.
For example, when you wake up, you can think, it's morning. I feel sleepy. I want coffee.
Or when you go outside, it's sunny today. That car is red. I'm going to the store.
It's like you're talking to yourself, but in English. No pressure. No one is listening, just you and your thoughts.
And if you don't know a word, that's okay. Try to describe it using simple words. For example, if you don't know the word refrigerator, you can think, it's the cold box where I put food.
Perfect. That's a smart way to keep thinking in English, even when you forget a word.
And here's the good news. The more you do this, the faster and more natural it becomes.
Yes, it's like a workout for your brain. At first, it feels strange, but after a while, it feels easy.
So that's tip 6, think in English. Start with small, daily thoughts. Train your mind. And slowly, English will become a natural part of how you think.
You've got this, and we're right here with you, every step of the way.
Let's move on to tip number 7. And this one is about your environment, your surroundings. Here it is. Surround yourself with English.
Yes, think of English like a language you live with. The more you hear it, see it, and use it, the more fluent you become.
When a child learns their first language, they don't study it with a book. They hear it every day. At home, at school, in songs, in conversation.
And you can do the same by creating an English world around you.
Let's give you a few ideas. Start small. For example, change your phone settings to English. It may feel strange at first, but it helps you learn useful words like settings, update, battery, or Wi-Fi.
You can also follow English-speaking YouTube channels, watch shows with English subtitles, listen to English podcasts like this one while walking or relaxing.
You don't have to understand everything. Even just listening, without pressure, will help your brain absorb the rhythm and sound of English.
Think of it like background music. Even if you're not fully focused, your brain is still learning.
Another great tip, label things in your room. Write a sticky note that says mirror, another that says door, another that says lamp. This helps you remember words in a fun, visual way.
And if you're on social media, follow English learning pages or accounts. That way, English shows up in your feed every day.
So tip 7 is this: surround yourself with English. Make English part of your daily life. Not just a subject you study, but a language you live with.
Yes, let English be all around you, like sunshine. You'll soak it in, and over time, you'll shine with confidence.
All right, we're now at tip number 8, and this one is all about taking action. Here it is. Use English in real situations.
Speaking fluently is not just about practicing alone. It's also about using English in real life. Even simple, everyday moments can become your English classroom.
You don't need to travel to an English-speaking country to do this. There are real situations around you where you can use English.
For example, do you order food online? Try changing the app to English. Look at the menus. Read reviews in English. That's real practice.
Do you write emails? Try writing one line in English, or send a short message to a friend who also wants to practice English.
Do you play games online? Join international servers and chat in English.
Are you on social media? Leave a comment in English on a video or post. Even a short comment like, "Thanks for sharing," or "Great idea," helps you build confidence.
And what about shopping? If you go to a store with English speaking staff, try asking something simple like, "How much is this?" Or, "Do you have this in a smaller size?"
Remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is participation. When you use English in real moments, you train your brain to respond quickly and naturally. You'll feel nervous the first few times, and that's normal. But every time you try, you'll feel braver, and soon you'll feel excited to speak. So, tip 8 is this: use English in real situations. Don't wait for a test. Don't wait for a classroom. Life is your practice space. Use it.
Every message, every menu, every conversation, it's all a chance to grow. Take it, use it, and enjoy the process.
We're getting close to the end, but tip number 9 is one of my personal favorites. Here it is: imitate native speakers.
This is a powerful technique that helps you sound more natural and improve your pronunciation, tone, and rhythm.
When we say imitate, we mean listen closely to how native speakers talk and then copy them. Their pronunciation, their pauses, even their emotions. For example, if you hear a phrase like, "What do you mean?" Don't just say it flat. Try to copy the exact way they say it. "What do you mean?" With the same tone and feeling. It's not just about the words. It's about the music of the sentence, the ups and downs, the speed, the emotion behind it.
And don't worry, you're not being silly. You're training your ear and your mouth to work together.
A great way to do this is by watching short clips from movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos. Pause after one sentence and repeat it out loud, exactly the way they said it. You can even record yourself, play the original, then play your version. Compare the two. It's fun, and it really works. You'll learn more than just pronunciation. You'll pick up real expressions, natural sentence patterns, and even little things like how to say well, or just like native speakers do.
And over time, you'll start to sound more fluent because you're not just learning English, you're learning how English is used.
So tip 9 is this: imitate native speakers. Don't be afraid to copy. That's how we all learn, by listening, repeating, and slowly making it our own. You're not just learning the language, you're learning the rhythm, the emotion, and the natural flow of English. And now we've reached tip number 10, our final tip for this episode. It's simple, but it's also the most important one of all. Here it is: enjoy the process. Yes, enjoy it. Because learning English isn't just about reaching a goal, it's about growing every day. We know it's easy to feel frustrated sometimes. You might think, why am I still making mistakes? Or will I ever speak like a native?
But here's something to remember. Fluency is not a finish line. It's a journey. And the journey should be enjoyable.
You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to rush. You don't even have to compare yourself to others. You just have to keep going and keep smiling.
So how do you enjoy the process? Let's give you a few simple ideas.
First, do things you love in English. Watch your favorite shows with subtitles. Listen to music you enjoy. Read books or articles that make you smile. When you learn through joy, you learn faster.
Second, celebrate small wins. Did you learn a new phrase today? Great job. Did you speak a full sentence without stopping? That's amazing. Even 5 minutes of practice is a success. Be proud of yourself.
Third, be kind to yourself. Learning a language is not easy, so don't be your own worst critic. Be your biggest fan.
You're doing something brave. You're learning to speak a whole new language. That takes courage, patience, and effort.
And you are not alone. Every English learner has good days and bad days. But those who enjoy the process are the ones who succeed. So tip 10 is this: enjoy the process. Smile at your progress, laugh at your mistakes, and trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal.
You're not just learning English, you're building confidence, opening doors, and connecting with the world.
And we'll be here with you every step of the way. All right, dear listener, you've made it to the end of the episode, and we're so proud of you. Now let's take a moment to review all 10 tips for speaking English fluently.
Here we go.
Tip 1. Practice speaking every day. Even 5 minutes a day can make a big difference. Talk to yourself, describe what you're doing, just speak.
Tip 2. Shadow native speakers. Listen and repeat. Copy their tone, speed, and rhythm. Be their shadow.
Tip 3. Learn full phrases, not just words. Memorize chunks like, "Can I help you?" or "I'd like to order, please." Tip 4. Don't be afraid to speak. Mistakes are part of learning. Speak with courage. Speak with pride.
Tip 5. Be consistent and patient. Fluency takes time. A little every day goes a long way.
Tip 6. Think in English. Train your brain to use English automatically, starting with simple thoughts.
Tip 7. Surround yourself with English. Change your phone settings. Listen to English music. Watch shows with subtitles. Live with English.
Tip 8. Use English in real situations. Order coffee, leave a comment, ask a question. Every real moment is a chance to practice.
Tip 9. Imitate native speakers. Copy their pronunciation, tone, and expressions. It helps you sound more natural.
Tip 10. Enjoy the process. Smile, relax, and trust your journey. Language learning is not just a goal, it's an experience. Take a deep breath and remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. And you're already doing that by listening, practicing, and believing in yourself. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
We hope these 10 tips help you feel more confident, more motivated, and more excited to speak English.
Remember, fluency is not something that happens overnight. It's something you build, step by step, word by word, moment by moment.
And the most important thing is you're not alone. We're here with you.
And we believe in you. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast or follow our channel English Phrases Hub on YouTube. Leave us a comment and tell us, which tip was your favorite and which one will you try this week? You can even listen again tomorrow and practice shadowing with us. Your English will grow if you stay with it. Until next time, keep speaking, keep smiling, and remember, you can do this.